guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashleigh and this is my baby girl called Celia. You're gonna say hello, baby? And Dad is in work, isn't he? Yeah. This video is about basically I just wanted to share my journey of becoming a mum whilst in nursing school.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day.
She's so overtired, love her. At the moment we're going through a phase where she's not sleeping very well because she's teething. And I think she might have had like some kind of an upset stomach because, I don't know, you could just tell like the cries and stuff like that. So I have been having a lot of sleepless nights. It's like having her as a newborn baby again. But yeah, that's just parent life for you really. She also had a cute outfit on earlier. I'm not saying this isn't cute, it's a cute baby girl from Tesco. Milk spilled all down her in the car, so I had to rush to Tesco and leave her at my nan's house in a vest because all the baby girls I had in my changing bag were her size, which was great. So yeah, I'm already blabbering on about my day, and this is not what this video is about. Like I said, I'm in my final year at the moment and I graduate next May, I believe. It was supposed to be March originally, but because I fell pregnant, obviously with COVID, I couldn't continue with my placements as planned because it just wasn't safe. So I took an interruption of study, only a short one. I'm due to go back in August and I'm basically joining September when originally I was a March cohort, which means I graduate a few months later than planned, but I'm quite happy with the decision I made. I didn't want to risk myself and I didn't want to risk the baby. I found out I was pregnant last May. And obviously during that time period was when COVID was like hitting the hospital. It was a planned pregnancy, and I know that might sound crazy to some of you, like why are you planning to become a mum whilst you're in nursing school? But it's just something me and my partner really wanted. We've been together for so many years since school, and I don't know, you just know when you're ready really. We both decided to come off my contraception because I had been on it since the age of 14. If it happens, it happens. We didn't really want to put pressure on ourselves. I actually found out I was pregnant last May on Ali's birthday, which is very overwhelming and so special. And I actually told him on his birthday. This was during a time period where student nurses were asked to join the workforce to help with the COVID pressures in hospitals. So at the time I was actually working based on a cardiology ward, and luckily, like I said, I wasn't a COVID ward, but to be honest, it was just a fear of the unknown. You'd be looking after a patient all day and then all of a sudden by the end of the day they'd be suspected of having COVID, and you just think to yourself, oh my gosh. So obviously when I did find out I was pregnant, I just knew I had to take the precautions to make sure I was keeping myself safe and also my baby safe. If this was to happen later on in my pregnancy and we were asked to work when I was in my 3rd trimester, I really don't know if I would have. But at the time, when I did opt into work as a student nurse, I didn't have no commitments in the sense of like dependents, children or anything like that. I was relatively fit and healthy. And at the end of the day, like, your local health board needed student nurses for a reason, so I was more than willing to do so, and I felt like I was in a position to do so. So obviously when I did find out I was pregnant, I had a quiet word with like myself, and I also spoke to Ali about it, and we had a discussion to say it is important to obviously not risk myself or the baby and just take the precautions and work, which I feel like I did. So basically then, because I worked for the COVID placement, which meant I believe it was from April all the way to July, which was a very long placement. But I also did mention the fact that alongside my nursing studies, I work as a nursing assistant in the hospital, and this means that I get paid to work as an NA on the wards, and it provides me with a good experience because you don't always get that insight when you're a student nurse. It's quite good alongside my nursing to do work as an NA. I've been able to have an insight on how it's like there to work and how it functions. I've picked up shifts on A&E. I haven't done intensive care. I've done specialisms, cardiology, haematology, neurology. It's just been brilliant, really. And they do say the best nurses are the nurses who have worked as an NA, so they know the ins and out of a ward, because they are important in nursing, and so are the porters, the cleaners, the physios, the occupational therapists. Like, it's all a multidisciplinary team. So I do absolutely love doing my part-time job on the side. November time came and we were due to go on placement, but obviously when November came, I was in my 3rd trimester, which meant at the time the Welsh Government said, I love how she's watching the camera, if you're in your 3rd trimester, you cannot be in a patient-facing environment. They based me on a ward which was about an hour away from my house, and it was geriatric. Oh no, it wasn't geriatric, sorry, it was orthopedics. So it was a lot of knee replacements, hip replacements, a lot of elderly patients who would be dependent on you, a lot of manual handling involved. By the time I contacted my personal tutor to discuss like my concerns, and she suggested to me, I don't think they've taken into account that you're in your 3rd trimester, put a change of placement form in, which means I think around once a year you can put a form in to request to be changed for your placement. So I put that in, and the placement lecturer contacted me, and she told me that she was in the process of finding me a new placement. A week or so passed and she actually got in contact with me with my personal tutor, and they both asked if I can go into a meeting with them. I shouldn't be going on placement because I was in my 3rd trimester. Occupational health have advised them that I cannot go on placement, therefore I'm not going on placement. So I was stressed at the time, thinking, oh my gosh, like what is going to happen with my nursing? I'm going to have loads of hours to be caught up on. I really wanted to keep working for as long as possible, closest to my due date. And my due date was the 30th of January, so we were only in November. I think I was around 30 weeks pregnant, something like that. So I did feel quite disheartened. But at the same time, I thought, oh, it's obviously for a reason. I'm really sorry, I think she's pooing on my lap. Are you pooing on my lap? This is a new thing, guys. She likes to poke her tongue out. Don't you? But then at the same time, I was going to work as my part-time job as a nursing assistant, because I thought I need to get the money in before I go on a maternity leave. And also I was only entitled to the basic rates of maternity allowance, so it meant what I worked whilst I was pregnant was what I'd be entitled to when I'm off. It started to get really bad in hospitals. I would go home from a 12.5-hour shift at one day, and then the following day I'd turn up for work and it'd be a COVID positive ward. So it was a lot of moving, and I'm not going to lie, they started to get annoyed with me, the staff. They were overworked as it was, and you'd have a pregnant lady turn up to a shift and you'd be thinking, well, they can't work here, this means we've put one person down and they're going to have to go elsewhere. So it was just a tricky situation to be in, really. And let's not forget, I was pregnant at the time, my 3rd trimester. I was finishing my 12.5-hour shift. Ali would pick me up from work because I would not have the energy to drive home. I would be like a swollen fish. My lips, my feet, my hands, I was just like a bloom. Then I thought one day, after a really tough shift where it was basically suspected COVID patients everywhere and I was just stuck, and I thought to myself, I'm not on placement at the moment because I'm deemed as high risk, so how am I still working on a patient facing environment in my paid work? So I contacted my office and they told me they didn't really know much information regarding this, that I should contact the occupational... She's training, I'm really sorry. I should contact occupational health. By the way, I'm not keeping her in a pooey nappies because she's still going to the toilet. I contacted occupational health and they told me I shouldn't be in work. And the work has to find me an alternative place where it doesn't involve patients' interaction face to face. Work told me that they couldn't find me an alternative work, so I had to go on my maternity leave early, which was difficult because it meant when Zelia was born, I don't get to spend as much time with her because I took my maternity leave so early. So I was on my maternity leave from the end of November. I didn't have Zelia till the beginning of February. But at the moment, I'm going to go change her nappy and I'll be right back.
2 hours later.
So the baby's all changed and she's in a rocker. Obviously with supervision. So yeah, basically that was my experience of being pregnant whilst in nursing school. I was due to go back on placement in February. No, not February, April, after the baby was born in February. That would have meant me having 8 weeks off with the baby and then going on placement. I was going to go ahead of it until she was born because, trust me, I did not want to leave her. We were so attached and I was worried that I was going to miss our bond. I just know how important it is, the mother and baby bond when she's first born. So I really didn't feel happy about going on placement so soon. Just wasn't in the right headspace to go back yet. So I spoke to university and they basically advised me that I should take a short interruption of study, join September's cohort, and then it meant that I joined back in August. Hello, honey bunny. Hello. Yeah. I joined back in August. I go on placement in November. She's still tired, lover. Join your dum-dums. And then I graduate in May, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. So I decided to make this channel just to share my journey of being a first-time mum. Struggles of working, like, in a very physically and emotionally demanding job whilst being a first-time mum. And just documenting the special moments, really, of being a family. I am excited because I just feel like it'd be so lovely to look back on when she's growing more older, which I don't even want to think about. I feel like I've just talked a load of rubbish this whole video. I really hope it's been helpful for some people because I do get quite a few messages on my Instagram of people who might be interested in, sounds like a job, who are interested in having a baby whilst they're studying. And it is possible, anything's possible. There's no perfect timing for anything really. All I know is since I've become a mum, it's been the best job in the world. It's not easy, I'm not saying that. Sometimes she gives me 2 hours sleep at night. Sometimes I don't stop all day. But sometimes she could be an angel. I need to stop saying those words sometimes. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I love being her mum. She is the most special. She is the best thing which has happened to me basically. And me and Ali are just so lucky and we are just so content in our relationship. She has brought so much joy to our lives and purpose, and I'm more motivated than ever to finish my nursing degree and do well to give her the things she deserves in life. Just hope this video has helped anyone who might be going through a similar phase or who have worked front line like me whilst pregnant or even having their first baby right now. And we're going to go and have a little play now. Are we, baby? Are you going to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. And Dad is coming home now from work. Yeah. Oh, look at your chin. You gonna say bye? Say bye-bye.